I'm Amanda Yallop, and this is The Real Review. We're tasting the Riesling by Fallen Giants. It's the 2020, and the fruit's been sourced from the Grampians in Victoria. Grampians is actually well known. It's got a long history of making wine. Fallen Giants themselves, they're based in an area that's famous for making sparkling wine or Shiraz. We had a lot of inferior clones that we use for cheap and cheerful sparkling wine. And we get a lot of really cool climate Shiraz, quite peppery. So Riesling's sort of new to the region, and they're really sort of building up their reputation in that area. They're looking at minimal intervention winemaking at Fallen Giants. They're trying not to interfere, so you get the purity of the fruit. And that comes from the cleanness of the fruit they pick in the vineyard to looking after it once it hits the winery to make sure that you're only getting that fruit profile that's been grown and delivered without any sort of artifact. It's the untouchable wine. Pretty cool. It's clean, crisp, clear. It's classic sort of Riesling characteristics. We get those lovely sort of citrus notes. I mean, it's a little bit on the riper side. You get almost a white peach, quite floral. Racy acidity. It's really fine. It really lifts the palate, makes you hunger for food. It almost slakes your thirst because of that acidity, and that freshness, and that almost lemon sort of oil note. It's lovely. Clean, crisp. It's a Riesling drinker's wine. I would definitely go for it. And it's very, very young. It's only 2020. And sometimes I find that the really young Rieslings are quite austere and they're a bit punishing to drink. But I think just because of the texture of this wine, I'd say it's had a little bit of time on lees, just because you get that lovely sort of slippery sensation. Delicious. This wine was rated 95 out of 100. It was ranked 10th out of 146 Rieslings from Australia, which is a pretty high rating. This is a top ranked wine with a drinking window is between now and 2029, so over the next 8 years. The food match we've received from the winemaker, whose name is Justin Purser, and he's suggesting fried chicken. It's quite a flexible dish. He's saying any sort of shellfish, simply done, especially oysters. I mean, I would add to that, I think that I love Riesling with oysters. I love Riesling with prawns. It's a very, very easy wine, and particularly as its closure is a Stelvin cap, which is the screw cap. It's great for a picnic. So you can have that with a sandwich or just some fresh bites to eat by the beach. Buy some fish and chips when you're there. Have a bottle of Riesling. Who doesn't love Riesling? Cheers.